Brought to you by Sprite. It's the 2K pregame show.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for being with us. Shaquille O'Neal joins me. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. We could talk all day about Manu Ginobili, third in voting last season for Sixth Man of the Year. He's won that before. And there are so many stats out there. There's a new one called Real Plus Minus, ranked him as the #1 shooting guard in the league on a per-minute basis, Shaq.
Yes, the former 57th pick back in 1999. Injuries have always been an issue, but he's had a great career. Going into last season, he passed on playing for Argentina in the European Cup. Coach Pop called it the first rest he's had in over a decade, and it helped him stay fresh.
You know, I said we could talk about him all day. Let me check with the producer and see if we can continue to talk about him. Oh, well, he said you talked too long. Here's Kevin Harlan.
It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, I'm Kevin Harlan, bringing you what promises to be a very exciting Friday night matchup. It's Western Conference NBA action, the Memphis Grizzlies here at home. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season. Well, guys, they got swept in last year's series, and you know that's the first and foremost thing in their minds as they look to turn the tables this time around.
Well, these are a pair of conference rivals that are going to be very familiar with each other by the end of the season. Well, this is just the first of 4 games they'll see each other.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for San Antonio, Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. And it's Splitter in at the center position. Duncan. Conley against Leonard. Duncan trying to break loose. No luck. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And you know what was most impressive? They wasted very few possessions in that game. They ran their offense close to perfection.
That's what we call the mute button game in front of a hostile crowd. They never let the fans get into it. Had them on their hands the whole time.
Starting out this series, Clark, they're just, getting a feel for each other. Feeling out this year's roster.
That's exactly right, Kevin. In the early season, you do a little scouting. This is where you get your bearings and kind of figure out what you need to do to beat those guys. I love these rivalries.
Allen kicks to Prince. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Prince has got his second bucket tonight.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
For San Antonio, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Ginobili against Allen. Ginobili kicks to Parker. Splitter dishes to Parker. 5 on the clock. Ginobili outside. Fades and shoots. Here's Splitter. Here's Duncan. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Now here's Allen. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
Well, a moment now to see the story on Mike Conley. He's been a force for them over the past month as you take a look at the league rankings. Second in three-point field goal percentage. And he's been such a good offensive player. His patience, his efficiency, he's ranked in the top 10 in field goal percentage.
And, going back to his three-point shooting percentage, he's been an absolute dead-eye from distance. I mean, only one guy's been better than him, Steve. Well, you look at Kosta Koufos, drafted 23rd in 2008 by Utah after just 1 year at Ohio State. kind of drifted around. Started in Denver. Last season, he played valuable minutes in Memphis when Marc Gasol went out, and I think he's maybe found a home there.
Here's Allen, following the score by Tony Parker. And the basket good. Conley's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at that three-point shot.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Parker, here we go.
Tony could well be the best point guard penetrator in the game. And he's great at finding the seam and getting the ball up and off glass before the shot blocker can recover. And once the ball hits the glass and comes off, it's a no-touch zone for the defender.
And Parker with the quickness to win that race to the rim, and then his great touch, able to use English or just the spin on the ball to drop it in. Even when the defense gets there early, it seems like Parker's able to use that teardrop.
Good on the second free throw. And for Parker now coming into his 30s, the question, how will his game, so based on speed, Clark, and elusiveness, how will it age?
Well, I think that's a fair question. His game is not as much athleticism as it is those attributes of speed and quickness and elusiveness. I think the elusiveness can hang around for a while. The speed will go. But the fact he's improved as a jump shooter, I think will continue to allow him to be pretty good at getting to the rim.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Duncan, a screen. And Parker, here we go. Excellent D there from Allen.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but good defense there clogging the lane.
Conley kicks to Randall. Leonard with the steal. Here's Ginobili. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Prince has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
On his mind, the difficult task of defending Zach Randolph. He said, Randolph's especially tough because he's not only a go-to scorer on the low block and the pinch post, but also a guy who can pick up a lot of second chance points with his work on the glass. He's a 20 and 10 double-double guy for a reason. We'll have our hands full trying to slow him down. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Doris. So timeout call here. The first for Memphis. When you get a team that can play defense like the Grizz and put them in front of a friendly crowd, they can be pretty scary.
They really do tend to feed off of each other, the team and this crowd. It's a big part of why the Grizzlies have been so tough at home for so long.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Marc Gasol has checked in for Koufos. Carter comes in for Zach Randolph. Nick Galathis, he's checked in for Allen. And it's Udrich in for Mike Conley.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in. And for the Grizzlies last year, very tough at home because of that defense. 27 wins here.
On the free throw, no good.
And the Grizzlies might not be the best team in the West, but they are the team that nobody wants to play because of how good their defense is and how well they play in this building.
Here's Bellinelli, averaging 8 points a game. Good.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. Galathis passes to Udrich, kicks it to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Udrich.
Yeah, he didn't have to slow down at all, guys. Just perfectly timed pass there.
San Antonio trailing here. And Mills kicks to Diaw. Outside, Green. Up and in on the layup. Green's got his first points of the game.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Memphis has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. A steal. And here's Mills. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And that's a foul called on Beno Udrich. That's his first foul. .34 seconds left to play in the first. Mills dishes to Green. Pass to Splitter. He feeds it to Mills. Clock at 6. Pulls it from the elbow. And another basket for San Antonio.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
And Udrich kicks to Carter. Second chance shot, and it's Gasol getting it to go. Gasol's got his second bucket.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Here's Mills. Another one falls for San Antonio. Now Udrich. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. It's the Spurs up 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Tune in next Sunday, December 7th. Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons. You don't want to miss it.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively, they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
Spurs leading by 3. This past offseason, the Spurs found themselves with a bit of wiggle room when it came to the salary cap.
For so long, Kevin, they've been able to only make moves through the draft, and with minor adjustments, things they really do well, but the flexibility was new to them, and I'm sure they'll take full advantage of it.
Zebo and Marc Gasol are up front. Udrich out there with Conley. And it's Carter in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Udrich can't hit. The Spurs shooting an efficient 53% from the field.
Well, for the Spurs, who knows what the future holds? It's an aging team, but they do have some players to build around. And so they could have gone in any direction with their cap space.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Tony Allen's checked in for Memphis. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Parker's checked in. The Grizzlies trail by 7.
You know, with the Spurs and their offseason options, it's actually going to get more flexible after the end of the 2015 season when they can practically build their entire team from scratch. Almost 0 salary commitments for them at the end of the 2015 season. Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
And for Memphis, they're shooting 43% for the game. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, going into last year's NBA Finals, Tim Duncan gave the Heat some bulletin board material. He said, quote, "We're happy that it's them," and promised, quote, "We have 4 more games to win. We'll do it this time." A rare show of bravado, but his teammates will tell you, beneath his icy exterior, he's one of the most competitive people you'll ever meet. Kevin, he's got the championships to prove it.
They redeemed themselves, Doris, and now look to repeat. Thanks. Kufis checked in for Marc Gasol. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Ginobili's checked in. And so here's Memphis. 11-point game. Conley kicks to Allen. Conley, the pass to Carter.
Well, I had an opportunity here to check out some stats for Tim Duncan. His last month of basketball has been really solid. 3rd in blocks. And, of course, he's in the top 15 in rebounding, so a very strong presence in the paint.
And you address this spot as one of the leaders in average blocks per game, Steve. And I tell you what, that makes a huge difference on the team's defense. When you got a shot blocker in there, it can change things for you.
Vince Carter hits them both.
So much can be said about the Spurs' dominance as a franchise. I mean, 15 straight years of winning 50 games or more during the regular season. And, you know, last year, they were at least 500 or better against every other team in the league, and they have been since 1976.
It's Parker with the drive. Ginobili can't hit. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Conley kicks to Allen. And Vince Carter with the slam. Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this lead.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
And, guys, think about the history of the Spurs. They didn't even come into the NBA until 1976 when they made the transition from the old ABA.
Well, you talk about a fan base that is spoiled. I mean, nearly 40 years of beating every team in the league, more than they've been beaten by those teams. So just an incredible record.
Here's Allen, and it's Memphis with another.
What a beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Spurs leading by 5. Parker dishes to Duncan. Now here's Dion. Defense is right there. Duncan kicks to Parker. Shot clock at 5. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Allen drives in. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. And now just a 3-point Spurs lead. Parker with it. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Brooklyn. Duncan with it. Zach Randolph covering. And it's slammed in by Dion.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yeah, you got that right.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Carter, the pass to Conley. Trains the three-pointer. Conley's got 6.
Greg Popovich with 15 straight 50-win seasons as head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. What a remarkable streak of success. And I don't really think folks understand what that level of consistency embodies. He's widely regarded as the best head coach in the NBA for good reason. He's the full package as a head coach.
Here is Conley. A 20-point game for him in the win against the Rockets in Houston.
He got some huge points from the foul line, too, Kevin. He was very aggressive, generating contact and drawing fouls.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game, coming off that loss against the Nets.
And when you shoot a percentage in the low 30s as a team, as they did in that game, it's going to be a long night.
It will be. I mean, you're right there. It's hard to snap yourselves out of that kind of funk. Once you get into it, it's just tough to break out of it.
Some changes for Memphis. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Randolph. And it's Nick Calathes in for Carter. San Antonio also making some changes. Splitter is checked in for Duncan. Bellinelli comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Joseph in for Parker. The Spurs have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Joseph dishes to Splitter. Baseline try. And it's good off the back rim and in. And the Spurs lead by 3. And here are the Grizzlies now. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Calathes.
Nick Calathes, former two-time Mr. Basketball for the state of Florida. A star at the University of Florida, was drafted back in 2009. He played 3 seasons in Greece, 1 in Russia, before finally making it to the NBA last season.
And he's just had 1 attempt at the line early. And And he knocks down the first one. Mills, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. Both good from the line that time. 1:29 left in the first half. Up top, Mills. Covered by Conley. And here's Mills. Knocked loose. Stolen by Michael Conley. And he finished it off with the lane. Conley's got 11 points. Here's Mills. They trail by 1. And the Grizzlies trading for his rights. They knew what they were getting in Calathes.
Yeah, proven guard in Europe. A young guy, great playmaker, and he can rebound, defend, and I thought he provided Memphis with a really solid option at that backup point guard spot last year.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low. I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
There's the pick. And Joseph kicks to Mills. 6 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly, and that one's good. Mills has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game.
It's a tie game in Memphis. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Tony, you guys have seemed to be in a good groove lately. Taking a broader look at the season, what's important for this team to have success this year?
To stay healthy. I like our chances this year. Our young guys got a lot of experience, and we play good basketball right now, so hopefully we can stay healthy and play good at the end of the season.
Tony, thank you as always. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mike Conley.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Ginobili and Leonard on the wings. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter, and it's Parker in at the point. Now here's Duncan. Back to Leonard. Tayshaun Prince with the rebound. Prince has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, Tayshaun Prince, a terrific player in his time with that championship Detroit Pistons team of years past, but his decline over the last 5 years has been noticeable. Ever since he hit 30, it's been downhill.
Parker drives in. Here's Splitter. Nice work on the ball. He's paying off with the basket. Splitter's got the game tied up here for the Spurs. Memphis has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. Conley kicks to Allen. It's stolen by Duncan. Prince against Parker. Leonard on the wing. Back to Parker. And easy 2 points on the layup. Parker's got 9.
Well, that's one way to get your second half started on the right foot. An easy layup against some soft defense.
Conley into the lane. The rebound by the Spurs. They've led by as many as 11 points. Parker outside. And Ginobili now top of the key. Back to Parker. 5 to shoot. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. 11 points for Tony Parker.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Manu Ginobili has always been one of my favorite guys to watch and an elite shooting guard on the court. I mean, the issue with him has been health. Last season he missed about a month with a tweaked hamstring, right as the Spurs went on their rodeo road trip.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. The Grizzlies trail by 4. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, last season, the Spurs made history, becoming the first team to finish a season with every player averaging under 30 minutes a game. Pop said, "We've been resting guys since I've been here. I think it extends their careers." Kevin, the league once fined the Spurs $250,000 for resting their stars, but the rings speak for themselves.
And surprising that more teams don't adopt that approach, Doris. Thank you. It's tipped. Here's Randolph. Duncan with the block.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Ginobili with the ball. And Allen picks him up defensively. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And Ginobili, guys, clearly focused on trying to stay healthy. The last couple of off-seasons, Steve, he's bowed out of international play.
Well, it's smart. I mean, he's got so much mileage on his body, and it's more important for him to spend his summers just working on his body, staying healthy, strengthening those areas that he needs. And it's always tricky, though, to say no to your home country when they ask you to play on the national team.
San Antonio calls timeout. The Grizzlies, grit and grind, known for being old school, post you up and knock you down type of basketball team.
Yeah, and that front court rotation, boy, the envy of the league, in my opinion. I mean, it's a big part of what makes this team really go.
Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Splitter. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. They get Marc Gasol.
But guys, for the Grizzlies, a new ownership group, and it seems maybe some tweaks to their identity. They've looked to spread the floor a bit more and pick up the tempo. But the results last season were pretty mixed.
And, you know, the Grizzlies last season, I thought they did pick up their pace slightly, but they were still a team at the bottom of the league in that regard in terms of fast break points and pace of play. It's really hard to get away from who you've been for so long. This is more of a half-court, grinded-out team.
San Antonio leading by 4. Parker with it. And Allen picks him up defensively. Now the pass to Leonard. Now here's Parker. 11 points in the game. Clock is at 3. Here's Duncan. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Carter comes in for Zach Randolph. And it's Udrich in for Allen. Boris Diaz checked in for San Antonio. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Carter and Leonard with the block. Outside, Green. And that's a foul called on Beno Udrich. That'll be his second foul of the game. Second team. Parker outside. Carter with the block. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Conley. Conley's got 13. Conley's gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 60%. Here's Green, and blocked. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Prince with the ball. The shot's good from Gasol.
Pedal to the metal right now, really pushing it.
Yep, 3 of their last 5 makes coming in transition, guys.
Pass to Parker, and stolen by Udrich. Prince outside, the feed to Carter. Carter left side, and no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Green passes to Parker. We've got 1:23 left to play in the third. That's tipped. 6 on the shot clock. Carter dishes to Conley. Outside Leonard. Passes it to Green. Feeds to Diaw.
Boris Diaw, pretty unique player in the NBA. Came into the league as a passing point forward, but became a small forward and then really a 4. But he's a crafty passer and he can score a little bit from the outside. Very difficult player to guard.
And you look at Diaw playing the 4. Some have criticized his conditioning, but he has the size to hold his ground. That's for sure on the low block.
Yeah, you can't move him out of there. He's a good post defender because he's strong and smart. Not as good moving in space, though. Lacks a little lateral quickness. And he's a below-average rebounder, so it's good to pair him with somebody that does glass eat.
Nick Calathes, he's checked in for Memphis. San Antonio also making some changes. Bellinelli comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And Mills kicks to Bellinelli. He dishes it to Mills. Beyond the arc. That is good. Mills has got 10.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Here's Calathes. The dish now to Udrih. Good. Great play by Calathes to set it up. Udrih has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Outside, Green. He kicks to Mills. For 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Here's Calathes. Phenomenal buzzer beater!
You gotta love seeing nothing but zeros on the clock when that ball tickles the twine.
Oh, man, a clutch shot.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Spurs lead.
Coming up next Thursday, December 11th, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers take on Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's East and West. Be there.
I'm a gangster, but y'all knew that. The big boss dog, yeah, I had to do that. I keep it.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Really excellent feed here, and I know we're used to seeing this guy score, but he is no slouch at creating passes and opportunities for his teammates, and he showcases that skill right here on that replay.
Memphis has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Randolph and Kufis are inside. Nick Calathes is out there with Allen. And it's Carter in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. San Antonio's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Here's Mills. Screen by Duncan. Mills passes to Duncan. Shot clock at 6. Now Mills. Free throw line jump shot. Again, the Spurs good for 2. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark and Steve. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Boy, after all this energy that both teams have expended, you're right, Clark. This would be a tough one to lose. And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
It's Ginobili on the wing. Mills in the corner. In low to Duncan. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Spurs lead by 1.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
Well, and at this stage of such a tight game, I think this is when tired legs start to show. And the defense can become vulnerable in the low block.
Mike Conley's checked in for Memphis. Then for the Spurs, Splitter's checked in for Diaw. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Parker's subbed in for Patty Mills. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
During that break, Coach Dave Yeager had some words for his team. He urged his players to keep fighting, saying, "We're right there, but the margin of error has shrunk. We've got to play aggressive and smart." Guys?
And thanks for that story, Doris. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Duncan with a screen on Conley. Duncan outside. Back to Parker. Dishes it to Ginobili. His three-pointer's off the mark.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
Parker dishes to Ginobili. Kicks it to Duncan. Second shot opportunity. Tries yet again. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break.
That one is no good.
Well, he could have done a little better on that trip to the foul line, but he was able to tie this game up.
Zach Randolph is a terrific rebounder and scorer. In his prime, he could just mark up 20 points and 12 rebounds a night, every night. He's a little bit on the downside now, but still a player you've got a game plan for.
Duncan kicks to Parker. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Killer instinct to get to the rim and tie this game up. And, oh, man, this is getting interesting now.
The Grizzlies have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And Randolph, now 33 years old, had that knee injury a couple seasons back.
Yeah, his rebounding remains excellent, but we've seen his scoring wane just a bit, both in volume and the percentages. Not quite the go-to scorer he was a few years back, but still very effective player.
Conley into the lane. Outside Leonard. And Parker with the basket on the assist by Leonard. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one. The Grizzlies have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go win. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. Allen passes to Conley. Here's Koufos. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Ginobili dishes to Leonard. Parker drives in. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Carter. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
He's definitely the guy they want at the line in this situation. He loves these kinds of moments.
It's Allen on the wing. Conley with a wide open look. Another miss by Conley.
Well, he struggled a little bit in the second half. But remember, he hit 3 of those in the first half.
Leonard kicks to Duncan, and he gets the bucket. Duncan's got 4 this quarter.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
The Grizzlies have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. And here's Conley outside. Count the bucket.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
You look at Michael Conley. What a contribution.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Gasol's checked in. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Ginobili outside. Parker drives in. Randolph grabs the board. Randolph's got his fifth rebound in this one. Conley kicks to Randolph. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
He drops the first one, and that gives them the lead. And so both free throws are good. And it's a two-point ball game.
That's big. I mean, once he got to the line with the opportunity to take the lead, he did not want to blow it.
It's Parker with the drive. He got right to the cup using that screen. Parker's got 20.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
Conley against Parker. Conley, the pass to Allen. Blocked. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Money! The Spurs have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Getting some solid looks for them. Duncan dishes to Parker. Count it! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Man, Parker can be an offensive force when he gets going like this.
For Memphis, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. Randolph trying to free himself up. That's good.
Ooh, a pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
Still a chance, but they've got to score here.
Yeah, every possession is necessary.
Parker drives in. It's good. This game is all even.
Big time bucket inside. He had to get that one over the top, and he did.
And in the face of a defender who was towering over him, too.
Prince outside. Gasol with it. Splitters there.
How about the effort we're seeing from him on the boards? He's already in double figures.
Yeah, more importantly, Steve, his rebounds are leading the team.
San Antonio calls timeout. Here's Leonard. Ginobili kicks to Parker. From way back. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And what great competition we're seeing so far. After 4 quarters, a stalemate. And we'll see now how these two teams and these few minutes of basketball pan out. And it's going to be the Grizzlies off the tip. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for San Antonio, Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. And it's Splitter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Parker outside. Splitter passes to Parker. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Splitter, that's good.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. I mean, defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
Conley kicks to Carter. Back to Conley. Fires at the elbow. That's in there. Carter with the assist. 21 points for Conley.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
And Parker, here we go. And the wide open shot from Green. Splitter kicks to Green. He feeds it to Parker. Pass to Splitter. Tries again. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, some really terrific numbers for Splitter. 11 rebounds, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
Yeah, Clark, he's had a great presence defensively. He's thrown off their rhythm on several occasions.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. And the second of 2 is good. That brings them within 2 here.
They'd have loved to cut it to 1 there, but they're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
Parker with the steal. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. Carter against Green. Back to Parker. To take the lead. Again, the miss by Green.
And if they know what's good for him, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball into three-point territory.
Well, you're right. Anything less than airtight defense on him will usually result in 3 points.
Poked away. And here we go. Carter heading to the hoop.
Boy, that was a massive sequence of events there. Absolutely clutch defense to trigger the break.
And we've seen games decided on plays, Clark, just like that.
Effort and hustle plays often are big plays for a team.
Yeah, what a time to blow up a play and then turn it into a slam at the other end.
Leonard dishes to Green. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Unbelievable basket. What a huge height disadvantage. I thought for sure it would be blocked.
Not this fella, Steve. Not at this stage of the game. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way.
Conley, the pass to Clark. Free throw line jump shot. It falls!
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 20 seconds left in the first overtime. Guys, what's your take?
Well, they're drawing up the only thing they can. Here, just get off a quick one and then go ahead and foul.
I think free throws are going to be front and center the rest of the way here.
We're in OT here with just over 2.5 minutes gone by. Parker kicks to Green. Here's Leonard. Misses the tray. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for your Grizzlies. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Launches it. So it's Memphis picking up the win. Clark, what a game.
Yeah, they kept their cool, stayed with the game plan, and that's why they came out on top.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Mark, we've heard Coach emphasize playing strong here in Memphis every night you have in this building. How important is defending home court to the team's morale and focus?
Well, we need to win. We need to win, especially at home. Home is always important, and we need every single one of them.
Protecting your home court, guys, always so important. Mark, thank you.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Conley.